Yes, that's right. We are back again. No, this is all true. No fake. Don't kick us off the boat, everyone, because we are back for your Below Deck Med coverage. I'm your captain, Sasha, joined by our chief entertainment officer, the reason you all come, Chappell. Chappell's here. How are you? We're back again.
Sasha, we are back, and I have a shirt on this time. But some people have been DMing me and saying, Chappelle, you took the shirt off, so we gave you some few more reviews. We really need to see what you will do next season for Below Deck Med if we were to come back and cover it. And here we are. We're back. We're covering it. Rob said it was cool. We got enough reviews. The people love us. The peanut galley is here. I think we've done it, Sasha. We might have a good recurring thing coming up. We got Below Deck around the clock for everybody.
Listen, you asked for it, okay? Because we asked for 150 reviews and we got 163. So not
Yes.
only is a peanut galley delivering, they're going above and beyond for us. Okay. So it's only right we do the same for you. So thank you. I know Rob is impressed. So
Mhm.
the train is moving or the ship has left the dock again, everyone. How did you feel about Below Deck Med episode 1?
This was fun. I got to meet a whole bunch of people I didn't know. I feel
Yes.
like last season I got a good feeling about like how Below Deck Down Under works, who the people were, what they had going on. There was a lot of drama, there was some mess, the love triangle, stuff like that. And even the prior season, I got to see how they moved. So every season I'm learning a little bit more, but this was brand new. I didn't know any of these people except Luca, who gets to return, and Captain Sandy, who I met on Project Runway. So aside
Yes.
from them, I was learning about this new fancy boat that they have. It's big and huge. I was learning about the size of this crew. There's so many people. Yeah, this was good. I'm very excited for the whole season.
100%. I'm ready. There's already a lot of drama to get into and from Watch What Happens Live as well. But before we even go anywhere, I feel like we have to shout out the chat because they're here every week. I feel like we saw new faces today. So I'm excited. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. Vibes only. We are from Rob Has a Podcast, but we are specifically covering Bravo TV RHAPups. That is also our feed name if you want to listen to us. And also Matt Forrest. Matt, I did see you had posted before. It got lost somewhere that Matt said, he believes that them becoming, or they, sorry, I don't know your pronouns. They believe them becoming a patron maybe had something to do with it. Shout out, okay? If you're a
Yes.
patron or you become a new patron and you're watching Below Deck, let them know, okay? Let them
Mhm.
know. That's because I feel like we don't get enough like coverage in the RHAP world. We're worldwide, as Candy says, okay?
Yes, we're a little ducked off family here at the Below Deck Wrap Up. Like we got our own little community here. We don't have to be involved in that other stuff, but they do need to know what we doing. We're doing it big out here. We're loving the fans. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, all, everyone else, the regulars, the new people. This is going to be so much fun. And so, yeah, if you're not watching us on YouTube, what are you doing? Check us out on youtube.com and go to the Rob Has a Podcast feed. You can check us in the live area. I think we could probably get a playlist or something going so everybody
Yeah, I
can
think
go
we
in and
have.
see it.
Yeah, we might have
Yeah.
one. Yeah,
If not, we can make that happen.
we
And
will
then
today.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then of course, leave us 5-star reviews on Spotify and Apple on the Bravo Rappers feed and tell everybody how much you're enjoying Sasha and I covering Below Deck. Because when there is no more Below Deck to come, we want to be able to cover that too. But we can't do that without your reviews and your ratings and your positivity. So thank y'all for keeping that coming.
Yes, thank you. And let's get into it. I think I'd love to first like set the scene for
Mhm.
everyone. We are on the Mystique. It is huge. All right. It's 4 levels. This is the biggest boat that Sandy is going to be on. She said she talked a lot about last time where last year she was on a 400 something ton boat and now we're at 900 something. So almost double, or like more than double, whatever math. I'm not a math girly, okay? But either way, it's gonna be huge. Drama has started off the gate, and Thundercat, like, I'm gonna use this comment to like start a little bit. So, yes, they said, they're not a Captain Sandy fan, least favorite captain, but I'm watching for y'all. And this is unfortunately, Chappelle, like a known thing, Captain Sandy can be polarizing for a lot of people. And for me, I think, I don't know, why this happened, but I've decided maybe for the podcast that, no one wants to come on for a mega negative podcast, that I'm going to give her a chance. Like, I'm also not so high on her, but, let's see. Let's see what happens this season. Because maybe it's my own internalized misogyny. I don't know. But either way, it's just there's a lot of stuff with Captain Sandy that I think it will show its head. And I am bamboozled, all right, because I almost said no to myself to covering Below Deck Med because I was like, do I really want to do this? And then they announced to me. So I was like, everyone's doing this. Come on board.
Mhm.
Where is
Uh,
Toomey?
yeah, I say, "Where's Toomey?" She can't get through customs. She's stuck. We're not gonna get any Toomey for a couple episodes. They hit you with the switcheroo, huh?
Yeah, the bamboozle, the gall, the gumption. All right, because I was ready to fight. I'll just say that.
Mhm.
And I was very angry. But again, it's really okay. Because Nat is great. We see Nat from last season. She's back, and she's gonna be second stew again. Is she? Third stew? I couldn't really understand the math, so we'll see once Toomey and Kyle are back. But for now, she's the temp chief stew, which again, I think I'm excited for. We saw a lot of flashbacks of her, and I have to tell you, so she was dating in a situationship with this guy named Storm, who
Okay.
Captain Sandy, right, kind of alluded to. And it was a hot mess toward the end where they were like so into it. And all of a sudden, they were like pulling back. And she was like, I'm into it. No, I'm not into it. And then Storm was like, yeah, I'm into it. I'm not. Very messy. But nothing is messier than her old chief stew, and they kind of looked alike, her and Tosh. So, and Tosh had a lot of drama, which we don't need to get into because Tosh isn't on the season, with the chef.
Mhm.
So, turns out the old chef Dave and Natalia are friends. All right. And this all seems to be coming up later on. So we'll see how all this rears its head. But on Watch What Happens Live, she talked about how she's not friends with Tosh. And spoiler alert, she does not like Toomey and Kyle.
Ooh, okay. So does she not like them prior to this season happening, or does she not like them because of the events of this season? That's what I'm really interested to know.
Hmm. I don't know. And she was like, that's all I'll say. I just feel like, yeah, there's a lot of drama. Kyle can be polarizing as well. I like Kyle for drama, but I can see how, if you work really hard, sometimes I think Kyle can come off as like he's just sucking up to the Chief Stew and Chief Stew
Mhm.
likes him. That kind of is at least what happened last season. And Kyle had some really fun love moment with a guest, Frank.
Oh.
So that was fun because then they ended up meeting later on. Kyle is married now, so I don't know that we'll get anything fun like that, but it is what it is. And yeah, Matt said this in the chat too, that we'll get to it later, and I think we'll get to it later in the season too, but Matt is shocked at the revisionist history we got, pretending Chef Dave was great. Agreed. I was
Yeah.
mega confused by that.
I don't know anything about Chef Dave except for what I saw in this episode. And if it wasn't for that comment and what you just said, I would have thought this was a professional chef who came in and just blew everybody out the way. There was no issues. They're like, it's just gonna be so hard to take us to walk in Chef Dave's shoes and all this
Exactly.
other stuff. And I was thinking, oh, that's cool. I wonder what this Chef Dave guy was doing, right? And
He was
now
trying to do Tosh, and Tosh was like, "No, that was us on the other boat. I now have a boyfriend, and we're on camera."
Yeah. The food did look amazing that Chef Dave was wheeling out of there, but yeah, I figured there was probably more to the eye, than what was that Captain Sandy was trying to explain to
Mhm.
us. As far as Captain Sandy goes, like I said, I met her on Project Runway, and so I'm kind of just like, oh yeah, she seemed nice. And in this episode, she was fine. So I wonder where I'm going to land on the Captain Sandy, like side of the fence, whether I'm like one of the people who don't really care for her that much or one people who like her. Because as of this episode, I was chilling.
Yeah.
But uh there was one thing she flagged up. It was about that Storm and Natalia relationship, right? Nat and Storm broken up, and now she got a new boo, and it's an open relationship. And Captain Sandy was like, "Oh, so that means y'all date other people?" She's like, "No, he is out here doing other stuff to other people." And she said he. And I was wondering, like, does that mean she's not in an open relationship? Maybe he's just in an open relationship with her? What is happening here?
Yeah, that I okay. So I went back and looked at the, whatever, the season to come trailer, and
Mhm.
maybe Nat hooks up with Luca. So that
Okay.
yeah, so I feel like this is maybe set up for that.
Gotcha, gotcha. Because if it's
Yeah,
open and then she hooks up with Luca, that's all fair. That's their agreement. But it was just the way she phrased it. She's like, "Oh yeah, he's out here doing other stuff with people." And Captain Sandy, of course, is kind of like, "What? What are you talking about?" Like, okay, Captain Sandy, you know what's going on. Stop playing. Oh
exactly.
yeah, stop playing. But as far as this introduction to all of them, they all seem cool. I did catch the preview, kind of, when
Mhm.
Toomey is to come back, and there does seem like there might be a little drama with Nat as well, as far as their interaction once she's no longer Chief Stew. She said that, like, I think I could do this job better than anybody else that she gets anyway. And so I'm thinking, well, hopefully that doesn't permeate throughout the season. But we
I
saw
think it
that
will.
maybe, yeah, because apparently maybe last season it happened too. They're like, oh, Natalia's trying to steal my job, blah, blah,
Yes.
blah. So I'm interested to see what this looks like. I want to see who throws the first punch. Well, who makes the first effort to piss someone off, I guess I'll say.
Yeah, and I wanna say I think last year I was on Natalia's side more than, Tosh
Mhm.
and Kyle, because I think they just had so much drama that they were getting caught up with, and Natalia was a little bit of a snitch. So,
Ooh.
let's see, but this time, I'm just gonna say, yeah, Thundercats, you get me. Team to me no matter what. So, I this is my bias, and I'll own it, that, like, I have a really hard time going against Toomey. So let's see.
Mhm.
And yeah, we also Faith did answer this. Thank you. That it looks like she as a Nat will go down to third stew, and Kyle will be second, which I think is wild for Kyle to be second again. I cannot wait for all of this to come to a head. And last thing on Chef Dave, he did, those guys that are like, I'm a good guy, then will send you a bunch of messages calling you horrible names. That was what Chef was doing. So,
Oh.
yeah. So that's why it's gonna be interesting. Again, there was just a lot of like mess last year. And this is the first time we're getting so many women on the boat. I feel like that's amazing. And I'm excited for all like two female deckhands instead of one, which
Mhm.
the one it felt like almost token, but now it's like, oh, this is real. They're here to stay, which I felt is also really cool.
Yeah, this cast is huge, but I'm meeting all these people for the first time, thinking, okay, I'm trying to figure out: are you going to be a person who's into the mess? Are you going to be here? Like, how normal are you on a scale of 1 to 5? Like, are you going to be in the drama, or are you just going to be here to do your job, get your check, and go home? There's not going to be a lot of that. That's probably in the audition process. When you sit down, you turn in your paperwork, and you lie about your birth certificate or whatever, and then you just create drama for drama's sake. And so I'm hoping that all these people are at least very good TV and they are not bad at their jobs, because it feels like being bad at your job in this area is going to get everyone fired because there's so much traffic. The boat is huge. It's so expensive looking. Like, you better not break anything off of this boat, like how they were doing in Down Under. So I'm
No,
hoping
yeah,
that they keep it together.
Sandy is pretty good about all that, I feel.
Yeah.
And that's something I will say I really enjoy about Sandy is, like, she's very good about docking, and that's why, right, we even get a moment which let's get into it, right? Because I can't sit on it any longer. Let's talk
Mhm.
about Rue.
Rue, who, when I saw Rue, I was like, okay, that cool. We got it. We got somebody who's in charge. This is a good thing. And then Captain Sandy just starts like, I don't know about the root thing. She said there was a red flags, but the biggest red flag of them all is this picture is not you. And did he lie in her face, Sasha? Was that what happened? Did she? It looked like she said, you turned in this photo and it's not you. And he said, that's not true. That is me. And then she showed him the picture and he kind of looked like, oh, that's not me. Like he had never heard that before. Like no one had ever shown him
Yes.
that picture before. So I thought, okay, maybe there's a mix up. But then she said, well, where did you go to school? And he says, on the boat in Monaco. And she's like, but there is no boat school in
Yeah.
Monaco. And I'm thinking,
I know.
whoa, okay. So he just be lying, Sasha? Like, explain to me, like, come on, somebody come to me on this journey and tell
Yes.
me he was just flat out lying.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the journey that I was on with Rue, all right? And the chat fill in the blanks as well, because I also did some research. So they were talking a lot about the yacht master stuff. So I ended up looking this up because, yes, Sandy named, right, saying that, like, hey, what's going on? How do we, fix this? Are y'all the same? Are you not the same? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, turns out that to even get your master license, it isn't just like a, hey, I just did it. Okay, it is, and this is just from one website, but things were pretty similar on the others. I just liked how this was laid out. 50 days on board a yacht at sea as an active crew member. This is before you even apply, okay, for the offshore course. Then have logged 3,000 miles in a yacht, 30 hours on watch at night, a current medical examination, right, and color blindness test, then 6-hour radio operations course, and it just keeps going and going and going. He I don't understand what he means when he never took an examination,
Yeah.
because literally it says in here, you have to take your exam. And there's, like,
I'm
a multiple different exams here, and for each, like, different license. So, imagine to get all the way up to bosun.
right. So
So
he obviously falsified these documents, it seems, and he tried to get this job, but this is not his first time in this role, right? Like he's done this before. He said, I've been working on these boats for years. How is this just now
yes.
coming up? Sasha, that's my question. Is this the first time anybody's looked at his photo? Can't be, right?
Here's what my, like, conspiracy, hat
Yep.
is on, okay? So, I do believe that, uh, production, allegedly,
Mhm.
maybe checked out and was like, the math ain't mathing on this, but we're gonna still let him on the boat, and then we're gonna tip the people to go
Oh.
check to be like, hey, this guy doesn't have his stuff. That is what I believe happened low key. But again, I have no inside nothing. Okay. This is just super alleged. Again, I love tinfoil hat theories. I'm very into them. So I feel like the MCA inspector, or yeah, it just Maritime and Coast Guard Agency is what the MCA is, was tipped off. Because again, it very likely could be that they come on every season and we just don't see them because it's so mundane. But Below Deck loves its little cutaway, right? Like the B-roll shots, that
Mhm.
how have we never seen this? And yeah, it's just, I feel that there was a tip off. I'll just say that. And it's either one of two things. The chat is saying, which a lot of folks agree with, and which I'm also like 60% with y'all, right? That the photo was him, but it's someone else's certificate. But some part of me, y'all, is saying that, was he scammed? Like, did he
Huh.
think he was doing everything? And it
Oh,
was
like he thought he
actually
took a
like a,
class. Yeah.
yes.
But this is not his first boat. You know what I'm saying? It'd be
Yeah.
different if
What
he came
Penny?
in and said,
Yeah.
yeah, like that's
Right,
my
right.
thing. It's like okay. So maybe this is first commercial boat. Penny
Exactly.
says in the chat, it's like the MC officer said, private, it's okay, but commercial they're scrutinized. So maybe this is his first commercial one and now it's a problem. Man, I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt in my mind. Like, there's no way you thought this was, yeah, falsifying a document like this is going to work for you. Um, but I've seen crazier things, honestly. And so yeah,
That's
it's
what,
not that far
yeah,
fetched.
schemers are
Yeah.
wild. So let me
Yeah.
not, like, fall for him. I'm not, like, saying he's right. It's just,
Mhm.
I felt like, did he get scammed? Like, is this like those fake universities to trap people
Yeah.
or to get your money? Or is it, basic, like the chat is saying, and Lolly's even saying, like he thought his experience would be enough to get by?
Yeah.
Maybe it's that. And I think I'm also like, the world is so harsh. You don't have all this money, right? Thousands of
Yeah.
dollars to like get all these certificates. Sometimes, like, you don't need all the certificates, but it's safety, and he's the bosun. So at the end of the day, I do agree. That him getting off the boat was the right thing. I just I would need someone to, like, do a live and be like,
Mhm.
"No, I didn't know, and I'm scammed. Here's, like, for Monica who scammed me."
Yeah.
I would love
Like,
that.
this is our own investigation now. We need to figure
Yes.
out who's been passing off these documents, these certificates and stuff like that, because ain't no telling who you putting on these boats. Now, we were talking about
Yep.
in Below Deck Down Under, are they doing criminal background checks on these people? Kind of find out they really don't be. And so, maybe this is something along the lines of they should be paying a little bit more attention to who they're putting on their boat. But I'll say this, Rue, it's probably for the best that he left the boat anyway,
Yeah.
because we had no clue that this would happen. But I mean, his best friend died, like in during the filming. Like, I was just like, what are we being punked? Like, sometimes the drama on Below Deck is so real that I'm always so used to, like, catty kind of like fighting and two guys fighting over like the woman's attention or vice versa or whatever
Mhm.
the case may be. And then for him to like legit have a breakdown on that boat and just find out that his friend passed away in a head-on collision at that, it was so sad. And then boom, to backdoor with, and you can't get on the boat and you can't stay on the boat. You have to go home. Maybe he needed to be somewhere grieving. Maybe this is somebody removing him from a situation he doesn't need to be in right now. I don't know.
Yeah, but ooh, again, I do agree, and I think the chat is right. It's just in my mind. I cannot believe someone would be this level of a scammer, you know?
Yeah.
Or was he the patsy, like Becky says in the chat, right? Where he knew it would be on TV, maybe staged. We don't
Oh,
know. It's just we have seen folks do it all the time. Thundercats, yes, in the chat says the stew that, yeah, said the silver service and didn't know where the utensils went. We had the Russian chef who said she went to, what was it, Cordon Bleu in Paris,
yes.
and like her nachos, you
How she can't
know.
make nachos.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's why I do believe that there is some cooking. Like I said,
Mm,
from production, from him, for somewhere, somehow. I just felt like it was, yeah, the math did not math, and someone knew it. That's all I mean. That's the linchpin here.
gotcha. Huh. Maybe that's the phone call he got. Yeah, I don't want to throw anything, I don't want to, make light of him losing somebody in his life. I've
Mm.
definitely lost a few of my best friends in the last couple of years. I get it. That feeling of just like you find out about this tragedy and it's like the wind is just taken from underneath you. Your breath is just gone. But man, if you yeah, if you fake the phone call, maybe that was the call. Like, hey, you're cooked. Your goose is cooked. We found out about your certificate. You better get ready to go. Then the next day he comes in and plays dumb, like, oh no. But it's a lot. I think people in the chat are saying it's a lot more respectable to get removed from a major death than faking a certificate. And so maybe that's how you try to get out of it. Real quick, like, oh yeah, but he didn't have time to get off the boat in time before they caught it. Who knows? I am praying for, if he is dealing with great loss, I'm praying, like sending my condolences,
Yeah,
obviously.
exactly.
But if this is staged, I take him back. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm
Yep.
praying for him, his mental state, if you would fake something like this.
Yeah, and I think just like learning about his family, right? Like how hard the family life was to really understand that, hey, I don't really have anyone. And I don't, basically, it was even sounding like he didn't have, a home necessarily. And he, his stuff is everywhere, scattered around. It was like in a friend's safe, blah, blah, blah. It's just, that I think that's why I was like, the world is so against him. Maybe he did fake it, but is he good at his job? But again,
Yeah.
that's not the right thing to do. But
No,
yeah.
I mean the show was leaning into this could possibly be a fake thing too. Because when they ask him about it later on, like, so are you going to get the document? And he's like, a friend got him, but he's far away. It's very far away from
In
it.
Cape
And I was,
Town, yeah.
yeah, and I thought he was going to say the friend died, but also I was like, oh my god, So I was like, okay, well, I don't know what to think, but I do have more questions now, Sasha, because I cannot ignore the chat. This woman cooked steak in the microwave.
She did. Yeah. The egg and Lawa even said it. Yeah, tasted it with her tongue. No, like this.
I'm sorry, tasted it. What now? What? She
Yeah.
tested the steak with her tongue.
Yes.
She put her mouth on somebody else's food. Like she legit like licked somebody's steak.
No, again, yeah, Chef Mila was just, I don't even know where do we start with this lady. It's just
I need to
it's a
know.
whole thesis. Yeah, her name's Chef Mila. Like everything about her was correct. Like, I don't know how to say it. Like, she was so, this is how it should be. And,
Uh-huh.
you don't get to tell me otherwise. And people are like, your food isn't great. You shouldn't cook like this, blah, blah, blah. Da, da, da. And Mila was vibes only.
Uh,
Horrible chef. and my, yeah,
I'm
and
in
my
shock.
problem, yeah, my problem is I'll remember their whole life story, but I'll never remember their name. That's just who I am as a human. But
Mhm.
yeah, and she's like, cordon bleu train shed. Nah, baby. We knew in 2 seconds. And she was licking, I think, raw steak, y'all. It wasn't even cooked.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to go back and do my research. I don't think I'm a
Yeah.
responsible
That's why I was like, it's
podcaster
too
if I
much to
don't go
get
back.
into. It's just
I'll
Captain
I'll get caught
Sandy. I
up.
just remember being like, what is happening?
Why are they messing with Captain Sandy so bad? They sent her this chef that doesn't know how to cook. Obviously, she's cooking steak in a microwave. Now they're giving her a bosun who, may or may not have been scammed or just is scamming his way into this career. What is it about Captain Sandy? Are we being too hard on Captain Sandy already just because she keeps getting crazy people on her boat?
Mm-mm. No, no. Let's just say that. No, because she was so bad that like people thought she was like planned. Because they were like, there's no way. Like what you're saying. They're like, are
They're
they
setting her
setting?
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just, I mean, and there was also issues like people were like, maybe she's homophobic. Like it's just everything about her was
Yeah.
gone. Yeah. I don't know how to explain it. She's like she was off her rocker. You know what I mean? Like pre-packaged food, and she was fired. It's not like she. But my God, I could not stop laughing at how cracked she was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Penny, you're right. Captain Sandy gets the drama.
Maybe look, okay. I will give her a little bit of grace because of that, because these people sound like they are nuts. It's like Captain Sandy is that one gif of like I think someone's trying to set me up. Like that's how I feel. Because there's no way they keep giving this woman all of this. This is ridiculous.
Oh my God. It's just I don't I don't understand. Like it's wild and it's only gonna get wilder with Captain Sandy. I think my biggest problem with Captain Sandy isn't necessarily it's her like she'll read a leadership book and then she'll like copy paste the quote to you.
Mm.
That's an issue. It's just a leadership issue for me. And secondly, with Captain Sandy, it's very obvious she plays favorites and the
Oh,
favorites are
okay.
usually out in on deck.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it that is like my issue, but again, I don't care. I think it's still gonna be great, and I can't wait to get into all of it because Captain Sandy is just like cursing up a storm. She's like F F F F over and over again because she is so screwed. And
Mm.
mm, and Norma, wake up. Because what's going on, Norma? Okay, Norma gets screen time all like a little bit all the time. Like, well, she'll get a text and stuff. But I
Mm.
swear, this time we were all on bated breath with Norma because Luca is the provisional deckhand.
Mhm.
Sorry, bosun. And so he's up from lead deckhand. But that does not equal that he's gonna stay that way if Norma has her way. Because Norma did call eventually, and it will take 2 weeks for
2
a new
weeks.
bosun.
Yeah, 2
Will
weeks.
Joao come back, Chappelle?
Oh.
Another South
No,
African
no,
scammer.
no, Joel can't come back because at the end of the last season of television I saw, he was saying he was going to go get right with himself. He needed to go and work on himself some more. Do not do that on this boat. There's enough, and there are too many women on this boat for Joel
That's
to
what
be
I
there.
was about to say.
Yeah,
Imagine.
he needs to be quarantined, until he can get his life together. He don't need no distractions.
Yeah, it's just Norma, what's going on? Let's chat. Okay. It's just and if anyone again can figure out if this was a production play or not,
It
because
feels like it. It feels kind of sketchy. It's like either production or this man just scammed us all. This is like I don't know what's fake, what's real. I'm trying to be nice because the man just lost his best friend. But what if he didn't lose his best friend? He was just using it because he's trying to get off the poke, make a quick getaway. This is a mess. This is a mess. We just started. It's only episode 1.
yeah, and I feel like and literally have not left the dock
Yeah,
for
haven't left the
all of
dock.
this. Again, just if maybe if Toomey was on, it would all be okay. Joking. But yeah, so Rue, I think pretty quickly was like, I gotta get out of here. Rue is in our rear view. Goodbye. We have Jessica, Laura, they come on board. Jessica is gonna be the second stew for now, and we'll go back down to fourth. No, that's horrid, y'all.
Yeah, that they play with these people jobs now to where it's like, okay, I brought you in to do laundry, but I need you to be number one. It's like, okay, I'm number one. You number one for a week, and then they're like, okay, back down into the gutter. Like, whoa, hold on, how did I end up in the middle, in the end of the boat? It's like, dang. And then every time you bring somebody, this is your new boss. Now, this is the person you answer to. Now, this is the person you answer to. It's very messy. I just feel like at some point, if you don't have all this stuff solidified by like the day before, the boat you should already know these things, right? Like it should not be the day of. And Captain Sandy's like, oh, I don't know what we're gonna do. We can't get anybody through immigration. They should have been here yesterday. Y'all knew
No,
this
they
boat
should have
was
been
leaving.
here like 4 days ago at
Right,
least.
right. Y'all could have been doing all this prep a couple days ago, making sure the boat's clean. There's some piss poor preparation going on
But the
here.
drama, the
But the
drama.
drama, yeah. So
Yes.
we'll take the drama here, but it definitely felt like, dang, y'all can't give nobody a break. Nobody's job is secure. Everybody is potentially going to go do somebody else's job before the end of the season.
100%, right? They were like, you get to be chief stew. You get to be chief stew. No, you. And here's the thing. I do believe this is gonna be the crux of the drama, where
Mhm.
Natalia is gonna have all this stuff, right, happen. She's like, oh, I can do this. I'm really good at it. On Watch What Happens Live, she did say she likes to be second. No, she doesn't want to be in charge. She'd rather like be fun. And truer words have not been said because I when I was a baby new professional. I was like, "Yeah, I wanna be executive director, blah, blah, blah." Now I'm like, "Mm-mm, it
Nope.
couldn't be me. I
Nope.
don't wanna run nothing."
Nope. I don't want to be in charge. Don't call me. I don't want to referee no fights. I don't want to sit in HR. I don't want to do no paperwork. Don't call me if your check's not correct. I want to come in. I want to clock in. I want to get my check, and then I want to leave and go home. And I have to think about y'all. When you are in charge, you get calls in the middle of the night. You deal with people personal stuff. That is for some people. That is not for me. I am not the guy.
It couldn't be me, I'll tell you. I'm telling you, nope, not for me. And with that, so she gets to, I think, be have really great conversations with the chef, right? And do you understand a word this man is saying?
No.
I had to
Um,
try so hard,
I
to
was
pay
like,
attention to Jake, and I was like, "Jake, what?"
Jake was going in. Jake seems very, very fun.
Yes, I
Um,
like him a lot.
Yeah, I like him a lot. And then when it was time for him to step up for the dinner service, we got some quality here. I was like, okay, you talk about language, you could cook. Oh, okay, cool. Like there's no microwave shenanigans here. There was no, licking the steak. He was a little worried and concerned, but he was on point. I loved every second of this. He seemed like he was a fun guy, like growing up as well.
Yeah.
It just seems like kind of like a good like happy personalities to have around. So I doubt he's going to be in any drama. He doesn't seem like he's the type.
I think we did see him in Toomey. So,
Oh, him and
that's
Timmy
where
doing
yeah.
what?
Oh, and his name is Jack. What did I
Jack, I'm
think?
sorry. Did we
I'm
say
so
Jack?
sorry. I
Okay.
did. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, y'all.
Yes.
It's Jack.
We saw him and Timmy Timmy doing what though?
Yeah, I think they're gonna have, like, a "You should be doing your job, blah, blah, blah."
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Mm.
Mhm. So, let's see and this is what I mean, where I think that Jack and Natalia and a few other people are gonna get really close because Toomey and Kyle aren't there, and the
Yeah.
new whoever the new bosun may be, and that I think is gonna cause a lot of, like, "Well, we did it without you. Now you're coming in, blah, blah, blah." Stop. That
Yeah. We saw a little bit of that with Joel too in the opposite direction, right? Like
Mhm.
whereas Joel comes in and now all of a
Hot.
sudden we, people aren't able to put aside there like, well, I used to be
Yep.
in charge of this, or this person has a different leadership style than me. So that can happen three different times in three different departments on this season, where it can happen for both stews and potentially well the second stew as well. And so I think that this is just built-in drama. I really think that they're like we should investigate these people and how they're treating Captain Sandy, because I don't think there's any reason why she should be handed all of this mess at the beginning of the
You didn't
season.
see her with Malia, trust me, we
But
were in the
maybe she
trenches.
deserves it. Maybe she
Yeah,
deserves it, but it's her karma. They're trying to get her back for the last couple of seasons. I don't know, but man, you tell me my first day at work, the three people who were supposed to be helping me and in charge of stuff aren't here, and then the one person who can is not even shouldn't even work here.
is
Uh,
fraudster.
yeah, fraud. Like, like okay, I'm just saying it's kind of tough right now for Captain Sandy.
No, again, I will give it to you. I think you have a point, but she's played us a little bit,
Mhm.
okay? She played us a little bit. I'll just say that because listen, we get all the crew together, and in the first meeting, Sandy's like, let's get the niceties out of the way. No drugs." Which, again, if you're a below deck fan, y'all know what I mean. Okay, when
Mm.
I laughed out loud when she said, "No drugs." Why did I laugh? Because this was a huge plot point for Hannah, who you said was on the Traitors, right? And
Yes.
yes, who was her chief stew, and Malia, who was her fave bosun. So there's a so when she said no drugs on board, I said, "With the prescription or not?"
Oh, so what was the drama? Lace me up. What happened?
Yeah, it's that Hannah had some prescriptions on board.
Mhm.
Malia took a picture. Like, it seems like Malia allegedly dumped all her bag out basically, like Hannah's, and took a picture of the quote unquote illegal drugs on board. And I think there was some, like, vape pen or some version of that. And oh, yeah, okay, thank you. And as soon as I said that, Penny put vape pen. Yes. So they took a picture, okay, Malia. Then it was allegedly weeks later that she turned in the picture. Yeah, it was Valium. Thank you, Michael. Valium and a vape pen. So yeah. And what's crazy is that Malia ends up moving rooms and ends up living with the new then chef, which is her man. So a new chef came in and it was her man.
Uh-huh.
So people are like, well, how did they're not even roommates when you turned it in? And it wasn't declared. I will make that clear. Like, Hannah had not declared it. That is the one point against Hannah. But Malia is a snitch.
That's wild. This whole story is crazy. And honestly, Sasha, I was wondering why they included that because I don't remember them saying that on Chef on Captain Jason's boat. Like I don't remember them sitting everybody down and be like, okay, just so you remember, no drugs. So I was thinking, well, why is that? And then later on, when we see Captain Sandy talking about how back in the day she used to get down with the get down, I thought, oh, maybe it's just something that she like really feels strongly about. No, she throwing shade at the people from last season because they had
Yeah, no, no,
Valium
this
and
was, like,
weed.
seasons ago, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But, and you know what, Matt? I think you're right that Hannah was kind of in the wrong, but Malia was a whole narc. I think it's just the narc,
It
ness of it all. And yeah, Michael, yep, she Allegedly also that Malia, people are saying, did it because Hannah didn't want to move rooms instead of Malia had to. It's just a whole thing. And the chat was saying this before too, but this is very real that like when Sandy likes you, she's gonna go hard for you.
Mm.
Period. Like it don't matter. Nothing else matters. So like she's gonna believe Malia over Hannah anyway. But like I said, it was not good. um eh, on Hannah's part either, but like it was very messy, the whole ending. So that's why I felt that she brought up no drugs. Then she said no racism. Again, we've seen
I was
this.
thinking, what happened? What
It,
happened with the racism? You ain't
I
got time
mean,
to
we've
lace me up
seen
today,
it.
but
Yeah, I
still,
was like, I don't
yeah.
care to bring it. It's just a lot. For it, in multiple seasons, Below Deck in general. And she's like, and I love all the women on board. I was like, Sandy, you're so funny. I can't. Like, you're wild. And she's like, this smile, don't let the smile get off my face. She is not wrong.
So okay, I like that. I like to see what's coming here from Captain Sandy. I see she's a mess. If you're gonna be a mess, be a mess. Let's do it. Like I said, I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, but no, Captain Sandy, be you. Let's see what's coming up this season, because right now she seems off relatively normalish. But I think there's a lot of seeds being planted that maybe Captain Sandy got a little bit more to her than meets the eye, and I'm ready for it.
We'll see. That's what I'm saying. We'll see how it all comes out. I think if folks can do their job and handle a little bit, like play the game,
Mhm,
like when you have a manager that's like around and you
mhm.
can play that game, which I think Nat is really good at, then I think it works.
Yeah, because even the first dinner service, Cap Sandy goes through the preference sheet and she says, "Oh, look, and I'm invited too." And I'm thinking, Cap Jason never wanted to spend time with these guests, most of the time because they were all trying to grope him. And I mean, she does know this gentleman,
Yeah, the guests
in
are
real
her
life.
friends. Yes.
But at the same time, that is very hands-on to be like, I'm coming to dinner because I'm sitting down and eating dinner as well. So yeah, I could see her kind of being in the mix a little bit more than Captain Jason was.
Oh, more than any captain you've seen. Period. That is a known thing, of Captain Sandy. And again, I don't wanna, like, hold it against her, but tablescape, like, table decor is her big thing, and that
Mhm.
was another issue she had with Hannah. She'd, like, have pictures on her phone and been like, "Hey," "this is what things should look like. Why don't you try more?"
Man, all Captain Glenn did was sleep. I miss him.
And eat. Like, he just wanted his snacks.
That's
Leave him.
it.
Yep. So, yeah, that's where, like, Sandy can get a little in the mix with the interior, versus the
Mhm.
exterior. So, anyway, it's just I got receipts for Sandy is what I mean. Anyway, so we get the yes, like you said, the first preference sheet meeting. It turns out that Kian is the primary is her friend and a doctor who repaired her eyelid after a car accident. And she goes into details we're not going to, and it's just they've been close ever since. He's gonna come on board to celebrate his 40th birthday, and it's an all guy trip.
Yeah.
I you mess. We know it's
No,
gonna be mess.
the guys' trips are not messy at all. We've seen this in the last season, as per usual. I mean, just showing up on this boat, knowing exactly how to act, how to carry themselves. Whereas, like these girls' trips is when things be getting out of control. Now, so I'm very excited because I know this is going to be civilized. They might sit around, they might do some religious things or pray, send out some good vibes. They might take a drink or two, maybe one or two, but
One or
I
two
see
a
this.
minute, yeah.
I see this being a very classy function, as
Yeah,
gentlemen
you're
are to do.
right. They went to restaurants totaling 20 Michelin stars.
See, very classy. Okay, they was also flexing. Like, calm down, we get it. But yeah, I think that let this man cook. They were kind of giving the chef like, okay, it's gonna be tough, but ultimately they seem nice. Do we like the guys' trips here, Sasha? I think we just all support men a lot more. What do you think?
It couldn't be me. Never me. What is it? It's not all men, but it's definitely a man, right? Like that's how I feel when it comes to this. No, I think they're fine. They're a little snooty, but it's not. They're rich, and I want
Mhm.
guests to act a little wild. So this
Yeah.
is okay. I want guests to act crazier. I feel that they're too calm. Bring in some rowdy 20-year-olds. Give me, some like frat boys that never grew up, or maybe they
Yeah.
did and they left their ball and chain behind.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That's the annoying people I want on my boat. so I could
stepping out
talk
for the
about them.
weekend. Yeah, they're just like,
Correct.
yeah, I'm letting my hair down this weekend. I'm normally more buttoned up. No, these people know they know Captain Sandy in real life, so they're gonna be on their best behavior. They're not gonna make life for hard for her at her job. I'd be damned if my friends did that to me. They probably would, but I'd be damned, you know. Uh, so yeah, I can see that. There will be
Yeah.
probably messier people to come, I'm sure.
1000%. It's just it always will be. And again, these people have the potential because they're very picky, but they're just so wowed by the food. So I think that's why they're just like, we're good. I think it's all fine. We love the food. We're great. Let's move on. And there's a bunch of Casa Azul flowing too, which is expensive. I
Mhm.
love it. Okay. And as Jack said, it's squeaky bum time. Jack is very stressed.
Yeah. Um,
So it's just I can't. I can't.
no, I think that these people were out here make they got some money. You know, is there and one day I want to have money too, to where I can come and spend a lot of money on a big bowl with my friends and drink
You
very
better
expensive
take
alcohol.
me.
Of course. I don't think
Yeah.
I could do Casa Azul, right? Because that's tequila. Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
I will. Yeah, you
yeah,
cannot.
you take the tequila shots. I'll find something again. As
You
a
have the
man,
smoked
I'll
whiskey.
probably drink water.
Oh!
Like I said, as a man, how we keep it classy, like you said.
The wild. Y'all know who this is, right? Just the listeners are on my side. I just know it. Okay. Like you are the king of the cocktail wheel. Let's never
Stop
forget.
it. We do need to get that though. By the way, don't let us
But
forget to
we
get the cocktail
will.
wheel.
We
Yeah,
will.
yeah.
Yeah, if oh, a side note, if you're coming to the RHAP Know-It-Alls in LA or
In LA
New Orleans,
or New Orleans.
show up with a cocktail wheel and we're
Yes,
and
and
get us a shot. We'll
tell
do
us
it.
you listen to Below Deck, and we will definitely do a shot with you. This is one of our favorite things in the world. So you're talking to the right too. Hopefully, we get to party with the galley in person. We'll see.
Yep, 100%. And with that, yeah, we get a really nice view of the boat as well, right? Once the guests are on, I really think this is a beautiful boat.
So pretty.
Yeah, I really like this boat. It's huge, and we get this is what I did want to call out before we'll get to like kind of the end when they're finally leaving the boat, right? Because that I felt like was gonna cause drama with the primary. So they need a marina pilot to come on. What
Yeah.
are they doing to Captain Sandy? Are they trying to get her to quit?
Is this? And she said this is required all the time, right? Like, the pilot has to like come on or can randomly come on whenever you're shoving off. Is that what this was?
Yeah, like here's how I see it, or at least
Hmm.
to my like lay layman's ears, right? Like
Hmm.
I'm not in the maritime industry. So it to me it sounded like an air traffic controller more than like
Gotcha.
a pilot, right? Like that's how I think would be really understanding to us is like
Right.
someone that like knows cuz Captain Sandy said it's required in Geneva and not Geneva.
Genoa.
Yeah. Anyway, it's required in the Italian Riviera and they know where the traffic is and they know where each boat is at all times. So I think maybe for us understanding it, it is that like it might be an air traffic controller, like person that kind of knows where
Yeah.
things are going, but they're just called a maritime pilot. But again, open to being wrong.
Hmm.
Pilots also board cruise ships. Thanks, Penny. So yeah, it's just which again makes sense. Like they have to know where everything is. It's just we've never seen this before. And I just can't imagine how painful it might be to be like, gotta wait on the guy to go.
Right. Right. And this is like the third or fourth person who has to get on and off the boat now. Cause MCA can hop on the boat now. The pilot can hop on the boat. We can't do nothing to get off this damn ship.
No, and I'm just like, can anybody tell me why production picked this? Because this is so messy, and it's not even episode one. Is it like please, we just got off the dock and I'm
Hmm.
tired, Like I've ran a whole marathon watching this. But again, I know production probably did it on purpose, but just
Yeah.
somebody tell me why are they doing this? It's so confusing. So yeah, with that, it's just I find this to be very interesting and let's see if it's gonna again, like I said, cause more drama.
Hmm.
Norma, help us out. Maybe Norma can get us another maritime
Norma can't do
pilot.
shit. We still
Norma,
waiting on
please.
Norm to bring us a bosun.
Not that much. Norma, okay, please.
Yeah.
Alright, and yeah, with that, we really end, this episode. We get a lot of, preview stuff, and this is a question that, yeah, Michael also asked, right? Who do we think Sandy was, talking about when she said, "You've been yelling ever since you got on the boat"? I do have an answer. Again, you can decide maybe from the folks here, but I believe she was talking about Kyle.
I think she was talking about Kyle too. I don't
Okay,
know.
cool.
Yeah, I don't know much about Kyle, but I think there was a clip of him yelling. Oh, he said someone was a fake ass bitch, and I was like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
think that was
Checks
Kyle.
out.
Yeah,
Checks
and so
out.
I was like, if you were yelling out fake ass bitch to somebody, I can assume that that's not the only yelling you're going to be doing during the season. And this is our first time meeting Kyle. You don't know, or you
No,
used him before.
this is the one who had the romance with
Oh,
the,
gotcha.
yeah,
With
with
the
the charter
Frank.
guest. Yeah,
Yeah,
Frank.
yeah. So
I agree, and
yeah.
Lolly even said, yeah, he was loud last season.
Okay, cool. So who all was new just to this season?
And so everyone but Sandy, obviously,
Mhm.
Luca, which we didn't talk
Yeah,
about, but, like, Luca was
he's
great,
back.
looks hot, uh, right, and will be, I think, fodder for many, triangles that Toomey
Mhm.
said are coming. So, yeah, sorry. So, Sandy, Luca, Kyle, Toomey, and Nat.
And that. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's see if any of these other people step up and become entertaining because I know we're about to wrap up, but Sasha,
Mhm.
Brooke don't know how to fold socks or make a bed or what. Can we are we y'all, we're a family here. Let's talk
Yeah.
about it. I'm not here to shame nobody. I'm just poor and I had to do these things growing up. Maybe it's just me. But y'all, how you gonna be a stew,
I don't think she is. She's a deckhand
a
that Norma,
deckhand?
I think, sent out.
Yeah,
But
like what's
Jessica said it best, right? She is. I get that she's green, when it
yeah.
comes to yachting, but she's green IRL.
Yeah, like she green all over the place at life. This
Oh my
what do
goodness,
you
I'm
mean?
laughing.
Oh, well, can you show me how to fold socks? It's like, no, figure it out. It's socks. Like I gotta show you how to make the bed. Jessica was doing a little complaining, and it was kind of like it's kind of annoying to me a little bit. But at the same time, I'm with Jessica. How I'm gonna do my job if I gotta teach you normal ass stuff? No disrespect. Again, if this is not your life, then fine, whatever. You got a
Mhm.
silver spoon in your mouth. You never had to do these things. Great for you. But for the rest of us, it's some normal ass stuff, man. And so I just what? Like, am I tripping? Chat, tell me if I'm tripping. Should I be concerned that like I feel like just personally, how did you get this job? What did you put on your
Yes.
resume?
No, yeah, Elena in the chat, said this, which is true. Her dad does own, I believe, Sprouts, like
Yeah.
the
Well,
grocery store, Sprouts.
I thought she said he was a manager at Sprouts. I didn't know he owned it.
Oh,
Well, I know he passed away, but
yeah,
I thought
because
she said that he used to work at Sprouts.
our friend Jason texted
Uh-huh.
me also saying,
Oh.
"Owner of Sprouts."
Owner. So, oh yeah, so she rich.
Yeah.
Or at least come from some money. Her dad has passed away, RIP. But at the same time, it's kind of just like, okay, but what did you do to get this job? How did you get it? If there was you
I think it's a vibes only moment where she's like, "I
gotta
guess I'll
be.
do this." You again, this is not shade. I wish that this is my life, but I, there is a stereotype. I'm just thinking of the kindest way to say this. There is a stereotype of like richer folks kind of picking up and doing
Mhm.
whatever they feel.
Yeah, like she just
A
woke up
whim.
tomorrow and was like, I
Yeah.
want to be the help. It's like, okay. And then she's like, I'm not good at it. And then she'll get fired and go do something else that she doesn't have to do. It really did feel that way. And I don't know this woman at all. We barely got any screen time from her, but this is very damning evidence toward, like to the people who have strong feelings against like the Nepo babies or the people born with money. This ain't helping you at all because
No.
socks and making a bed, y'all, bare minimum. Bare minimum.
Yeah, I also agree, just personally, because in India, it's not necessarily a class issue. It's more of a labor force is
Mhm.
a lot. Just there's a billion people. So I grew up with maids as well. As in folks that, yeah, just maids and folks that, cleaned, but then other folks that cook. So when I moved to America, it was a big shock for
Mhm.
me that like everyone does their own work because I never had to. Like I was going to school and like going to extra classes after school. That was my life. And even for my mom, who was a single mom, but like worked
Mhm.
until like 8 at night and then took the train home. So it's not like, we were like rich in any way. Uh, but that's just like something Indians have.
Mhm.
And a lot of Indians, not everyone, but a lot of folks have. So yeah, it is very jarring. And and I'll tell you what, I would never go on national TV to show my whole ass. And I had to
Right.
learn, and it was very hard.
Yeah, no, there's a billion things that I can't do that I'm sure other people can do, but I'm trying not to let that get exposed on television,
That's
okay?
exactly okay. Yeah. And it's just it's painful and I feel bad, but I also like I will not I will feel I do understand that like
Mhm.
being so not in the real world
Oh,
that
yeah.
you just like don't know what to do anything. Like I didn't learn how to cook till I moved to the Bay. So I'm with
Yeah.
Jack when Jack says, like he's sus of people that love that love broccoli, which is why I
Mm.
feel sus of you. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well,
Um
I was about to say, you
ex-
talking about me. I love me some vegetables. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but again,
Jack was
it's because
tripping.
yeah, I grew up with my grandma, and my grandma was like, because my mom was at work, my mom would have the maid make the vegetables and send it to my grandma's house while I came
Mm.
home from school, and guess who wasn't eating any of it?
Yeah.
So I understand Jack, like in a lot of ways. And Lolly, you killed me with this. Sumit's family now has Jenny. If you watch 90 Day,
I
this
watched
is
90 Day
top
Fiancé.
tier content.
Justice for Jenny every day until
Period.
yeah, free Jenny till it's backwards.
Yes. The point is like Sprout Heiress knows a lot about greens, just not this green,
Yeah, not this
unfortunately.
green.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just know she's gonna struggle with this throughout the whole season. They're
Well,
gonna be
she's
having her
a
do
temp
menial tasks.
anyway.
Yeah. Oh, so do you think she doesn't make it the whole season?
Yeah, I think the temps are gonna go. Like I think yeah, so I think she's out. And yeah, like Penny says, I think she's just at port in a warm body. And Nat says that too because Jessica will become fourth stew. So that's it. Like that's where the buck stops. So she'll be gone as the temp, unfortunately. And here's the thing though, I think that Jess, like, calling herself, the, like, "Oh, I'm a great follower," I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You need those people on the team. So, Jess, hold your head high, Jessica. This is not the time, okay? And first followers are very important to start a movement. So,
Mhm.
be serious, because otherwise it's just one crazy person running around until the first follower. If you haven't watched that video for leadership training, you don't know.
Right.
Anyway,
Or unless you're a cult leader like Sasha could possibly be one day.
I
Ask her, y'all.
wish.
Ask her, y'all. Ask her right now. If you ask Sasha and she earnestly tells you that she doesn't think she can run a cult, she is lying. She is lying.
Who
That woman
would
is l
join my cult? I don't think anyone would join. I would love to do it.
yeah, I know you would love to do it. You're looking for your first follower. If you don't do it. Y'all, if
It's
y'all listen to
you.
this, don't do it. It ain't me. It ain't me. You can't take me alive.
I could be like, "There's food."
I might peek in and see what's going on there.
Oh my god. Yeah, it is true. That I don't think I would be good at it, but I do think, yeah, I know how to, like I could, if I wanted,
Mhm.
manipulate people. But I use my powers for good. Anyway, with that, we do have 2 deckhands as well, in addition to Luca, who's the lead, Sasha Bosun. But I just wanna say they're wild. Hey, we have Haley and Laura. Haley grew up as a boy, so I think she's just gonna be she's very much like, "Hey, I just, like, lived my life, it is what it is." And then we have Queen Laura. What's going on here with our girl?
Do we need another Laura? Like, didn't we just have a Laura or something like that last season? I thought we were done with these L names. Like the J names were bad in our lives, but in Below Deck, I've yet to see an L name that I wasn't suspicious of. No disrespect to Lolly in the chat, but yeah, this
Me with
the
J names, yeah.
basically. But yeah, I remember when she popped up on screen, I said, Laura, and I was like, oh, it's not the same, not the same one. So I mean,
Mhm.
it's an upgrade from the last Laura we had.
Yeah, that's real. Okay, she grew up in a very conservative family. But the biggest thing, everyone, is that for fun, they dove in shit.
Yep.
And then the production was like, there's E. coli. She's like, well, I
It's just
wouldn't
like,
open
oh, we
my
didn't let
mouth
it get in
or
my
put it any
mouth.
holes.
It's like, then why were you in it? Get away from it.
What you doing?
Nasty.
And then she said, maybe if I'm drunk enough.
Yes. When she said that, I said, okay, look, we got to get you off the boat. You got to go home. You got to go home. 'Cause these people get really drunk and rolling in cow pies is nasty. It's nasty. Yeah, they talk about E. coli like, ma'am, pink eye, something. You could have got
Everything.
all the things. Blah, blah, I'm sorry. Okay. Whoo. Yeah. This is gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh, it was
Can't do it.
so funny. I just couldn't stop laughing at all of it. And then we get like a little rant about being like, don't call me a lesbian. Yeah, it just sounds so much better. You're gonna get one on the nose. It's just, what vibe is she on and how do I get there?
I'm not quite sure, but she's a mess. And I know if she stays around longer, it's going to be a good time. But man, this was a hell of a first episode for her.
100%. So funny. And I can't wait to get to know her more and see what she's about. I think she's gonna be hitting on Natalia. At least I saw a little bit on the preview. It could just be for
Mm.
fun. So let's see. We'll keep a watch on that. I'm excited if we get something like that. And with that, the only other thing from Watch What Happens Live, I will say, is that there will be some drama for Jessica, who's gonna go from second to fourth.
Mhm.
That's what she said. Nat said, and Nat said, yeah, Jack, Luca, and Laura are her lifelong friends. And after the first charter, she said the graph just goes nosedive, which means Toomey and Kyle are back. And I
Okay.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
I'm
see.
excited to meet Toomey. I've heard so many good things, exciting things about Toomey. This is why I'm here. If you ask me why I'm talking about Below Deck, is because people told me that Toomey was going to be a character. So I'm very excited to get on here and join the fan club. Hopefully everybody else is on board with us in the Toomey love. And I'm hoping that she has a really good season. Because if I have to come on here in the 3 episodes, be like, Sasha, I thought you said this was the go. I thought that's why you said we came here. I will be embarrassed
Same.
because I trusted y'all a little bit with Joao, and I don't know. The jury's still out. So we'll see if you're
Let's
right about
fight.
Toomey.
Let's fight right now. Okay. Yeah, and just something else. I'm just looking at Watch What Happens Live. In case folks are wondering why, that Jessica and Nat had that conversation about the checklist, it's that Natalia did have a checklist for Brooke, but she didn't want to overwhelm her. And in reality, she has like a 25-page how to do. But she was just like, Brooke, just like, we need her to get through the charter, and that's it. So that's ended what happening. And two big like mazzles is Captain Sandy is engaged. So that's a big deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Congrats, Captain Sandy. Are we gonna meet the fiance?
I don't believe so. I think this just happened like IRL
Okay.
like a little bit ago. So,
Okay. All right, Captain
mhm.
Sandy. Get your groove back. I see
Yeah.
you.
So Captain Sandy, yeah, is engaged to her girlfriend. Well, now fiance.
Yes.
And yeah, and then this is for like, this is so me, and I don't care, it's my podcast. But Andy Cohen had his rabbi on Watch What Happens Live to talk about like the high holidays, and they ended Watch What Happens Live with like a really beautiful devar, or like a word, as they say, who he was like, preach, but Jews don't technically do that, or you're not allowed to. So, but yeah, it was just like a really beautiful ending to like a crazy Watch What Happens Live. So I appreciated that. And I was like, yeah, shout out. Happy New Year to,
Okay.
all of us celebrating. So it was a nice moment to end. Watch What Happens Live. But yeah, I think that is it. Did we miss anything?
Nah, Gray in the chat asked about
Yep.
how long ago the season was filmed. Do we know what the timeline is like for this?
I believe a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. I thought was it in Below Deck where they said that they come back after a year and they film the confessionals? Was it Below Deck
Mhm.
Down
Yeah,
Under?
yeah, Zarina said that.
Okay. So how long
Yeah.
has it been since this? Probably like yeah, probably about a year last year.
Yeah, like August. Yeah, that's what Lolly's also saying, August.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So it's been a while. So some things might have changed. I can't wait to see if we get any good information from social media. Because last time I wasn't tapped in. Now I think I need to go and make sure I do my research before we come on the pod and just check out people's Instagram pages for stuff. I like when Sasha laces me up on the things, but I also kind of want to go peek for myself now too. So I might be
You're
tapped in
fine.
to see what's happened since the
Yeah.
show stopped airing. Or stopped filming, I guess.
Yeah, they'll always go online and talk some mess. So can't wait. It's gonna get ridiculous. And yeah, Lolly, oh my god, I'm also sad the rabbi that she's leaving the temple. We don't know her, but it's okay. This is like a thing Andy Cohen does every year, so it's really nice. But yeah, and Lolly shout out because she did see that on the paper that Captain Sandy was looking at that it said August, so it had to be a year ago. Yeah,
Gotcha.
basically a year to date that this happened. So we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna get crazier. I think there is gonna be another firing. Is it gonna be Kyle? I don't know. I think there's a lot of contenders, y'all.
Is it gonna be real firing, or is it gonna be like one of the temps that's sent home? Like how when you mean
Right.
firing, you mean somebody on the main cast, or just one of these people like we know Brooke ain't gonna make it all season. Stop it.
Well, and she can't, right? Because then two
Right.
people are gonna come on. I guess we still need a four. No, no. Yeah, once the two of them come on, Brooke's gone. So Brooke could
Mhm.
be gone like next one or two episodes. So we'll see. No idea. Also, wild, y'all. We're back to one episode, like
Yeah.
one
So
episode a week.
so we're here for the next until the end of the year. It seems, 'cause
You're
it's
stuck.
probably what 15 episodes, maybe?
Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
And the thing is also speculation that and here's why. So Gary was taken off of BravoCon.
Mhm.
And don't look up what Gary did. Just another Luke situation. We'll just say
Another
that.
Luke situation.
Well, yeah, with the production
Mm,
person
yeah. Okay,
before
good.
they even got onto the boat,
Yeah.
apparently is what this happened. So yuck. So again, I don't want to really get into it, but folks were saying like, do we think that this is why they almost need to stretch Med and Below Deck proper because Sailing Yacht comes after that, and with all these new allegations,
Maybe.
maybe
Maybe.
yeah, this is
Yeah.
not like this has no legs. It's just something I'm thinking about as well. And yeah, good job on BravoCon finally for taking him off. So we'll see. And I wish we could go to BravoCon, but I will be at a wedding.
When is
And I believe
BravoCon normally?
I think it's when you're at homecoming. It's
Oh,
literally
yeah,
that
that's tough.
weekend.
Can't do that.
Mhm.
Can't do that. But
Yeah.
maybe
But
we
next year,
aim for next
y'all,
year. Yeah.
yes,
Okay. Look, y'all.
us at
We don't
BravoCon.
right. Look, y'all. We don't ask y'all for a lot. But we do need to get to BravoCon next year. So we got a year
Yeah.
to figure this one out, y'all. We can plan, we can rate, we can do some. Look. If I got to strip again, that's fine. What we gonna do to get us to BravoCon? If you got any
Seriously.
ideas, let us know. Be in the comments. Let us know if you want us to go to BravoCon. Maybe we can bring you some live content from there. That'd be fun. But it will
Mhm.
be a year from now, and so
Yeah.
remember that we got time to lay the foundation to make this happen.
100%. Listen, sponsorship page is not needed. We just need your support, Gray. That's what's great
Yes.
about this. We just gotta bully some folks. That's all.
Yep.
But
And we know
that's just
exactly who the bully. So
you
no
know.
worries.
Yeah. Just put your love out there. That's what we
Mhm.
need from y'all, I promise. And with that, I think that's it, Chappelle. We did it.
We
Below Deck
did.
Pod. We have started. We have left the dock, everyone. So again, like Chappelle said, leave us those 5-star reviews in case you forgot or you're joining us for the first time. Chappelle did promise. I have upped it to
Mhm.
300 now, actually. So get us at 300 reviews and maybe we'll get something special from Chappelle. I'll just say that. Check out check out him in a toga in our last recap so you'll know more. And with that, yeah, let's try to get to 300. I think we can do it. Peanut
Yeah.
Gallery is killing it, bro.
Yeah,
So
300,
I
that's
love us.
nothing. Yeah, that's nothing. We got it. We got it. And then yeah, for the finale last time I did take my clothes off and I put on a toga.
A little
But for
bit,
this
yeah.
yeah, but
Someone
for this
asked,
next
someone said
one,
I was in a toga, and I said absolutely not. We
no,
just
no,
had
no.
similar brains.
Yeah, we no. Sasha was not in the toga this time. But maybe look, if we get 600, maybe Sasha will put
Oh
on a
yeah,
costume or something. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I'll do it.
Yeah, but let's focus on our 300 goal first. We got a few weeks left in this season for sure because it looks like we're doing one episode a week. So
Hmm.
we got time. Let's make it happen. And then tell us if you want me in a costume. Tell me what you want me to wear or don't
Yeah,
wear.
let us know what's our next like goal. Like for the 300, is it what Chappelle said? Like, will he just give
The
give
budget
y'all?
smuggler.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like that's crazy and exploitative,
Oh,
but
okay.
we'll see.
That's true.
Yeah, so we'll see. Just let's brainstorm a fun
Hmm.
costume instead. And with that, everyone, thank you, chat. Y'all are amazing as always. Come back next week. We'll be back. Unfortunately, Chappelle won't be here next week. He will be in New York, everyone.
Yes, I will be in New York, kicking it for the live know-it-alls for Survivor premiere. And so Rob is like, oh yeah, the Survivor premiere is this week. Next week we got Chappelle on stage, probably. And so if you see me at the bar, let's do it below deck style. Let's take a shot or something
Not
like
without
that.
me. Ugh.
Oh yeah, yeah, we gotta do it without Sasha this time. She's not making the trip, but if you see me, say hello. Let's talk about Below Deck a little bit, or tell me more about this Captain Sandy character because I'm missing some stuff. I need to get laced up. But yeah, also Gray in the chat says, oh yeah, I'll be covering a Devil's game. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's called Devil's Game. It's called
I know. I
Devil's
was like,
something.
what is
Yeah,
that?
it's on Netflix. Dang
Oh,
it, now you got me messing up the plug. Devil's Plan.
man, I
Devil's
didn't know it was
Plan.
on Netflix. Okay,
Yes,
okay, yeah.
we will be doing Devil's Plan on Nothing But Netflix this week, Rob and I. And so Brian Scally will be our guest to come on,
Oh,
and
so
it'll be
fun.
a good time. Yeah. And then of course Rob and I are still talking about Suits every day on suitspodcast.com. You can join our Suits community on suitspodcast.com/Facebook. Go leave me a 5-star review, even if you don't watch it. Just go to suitspodcast.com, say Chappelle from Below Deck sent me. Boom, 5 stars. That's all I need. You got it. And then of course over on post show recaps, I'm talking about The Walking Dead, and I'm talking about The Changeling on the Connect on post show recaps with Mari. So catch me on any of those places, and follow me on Twitter at Chappelle's_show to keep up with everything else that I have.
Yes. And as for me, you can follow me on Twitter at funsize_04. I'm also covering Mess Magnets, of course, a weekly pop culture, vibes only, hot topics podcast with Kirsten McKennis. You can check that out on robhasawebsite.com/messfeed. Lots of craziness there. And I was a guest on 90 Day Fiance here on RHAP. And I was a guest on the Connect as well, talking the other Black girl with Mari and Asia. Honestly, it was therapy. Check that out as well. And for everything else we're doing, just follow us on social media. Subscribe to Bravo TV RHAPups. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
I